All right, hello. Are we recording? It looks like we are. Well, welcome. I'm going to show you how I do stuff on eBay, and hopefully it's helpful. I've tried to, well, I've taught several people how to do some of this, and not everybody's interested in it. So it was nice to get a little interest, and I'm glad you were interested in it, and I hope that you can make some money from it. So I have sold hundreds of, well, probably over 100,000 items online. And when I was just doing this on eBay with NPS, I've sold thousands of things kind of in this way, like I'll show you. And in this training, I'll probably give you a quick overview so you can just get like, hey, here's what it is, and here's what I'll get into. So I'll just give you a quick overview, and then we'll go into some of the different details and including, what kind of the typical discount is that you'll need to give, how you can find the market price, how you can look at sales history, how to look at Amazon sales rank. And then I'll also run through a bunch of examples of different items that I've sold and made money on. So I'm also going to show you items that I've looked at this week, because I was there a few times in the last little bit. Items that I've looked at this week and why I decided to either purchase it or not purchase it. And then I'll also dig into my account, my eBay account, because I have a couple things for sale. It's so much fun. Like, it's a hobby it's kind of just a fun thing for me. To this point, I've been just having somebody else list everything because I don't really want to spend the time doing it. But, and I was just sharing the profits. So anyways, that's kind of the overview. So now let me give you a quick overview, and pardon me, I kind of lost my voice. So, but I wanted to make this video before I go to a play. So here we go. Let's get into it. Overview. I go to stores like NPS, and this is how I've made my living to this point. And I've loved it. So I go to stores like NPS, or really anywhere where some product is for sale for a discount, and you'll look on eBay, search under completed items to see how much things are selling for, or you'll look at Amazon to see what the sales rank is, and then you'll just kind of do the math, and I'll dig through the items. But that's what we're going to go through. So I'm going to share my screen, and I will just drop off to one of the corners. Let me share my screen, and let's dig into it. There we go. So here you should be seeing the eBay screen. And so this is eBay. I'm logged into my account, and this is showing my recently viewed items. So I just want to run through these actually, so you can see what we're looking at. This is a Quantum GX vacuum, $589. I actually looked it up on Amazon, and on Amazon they were $430. This was $240 in the store, but at the time, if you spent more than $500, you'd get 40% off. So I bought this for $155. My intention was actually to replace our vacuum if my wife liked it, or I would sell it. We ended up opening the box, and it seemed too complicated. Like, you had to wash out the water filter. It's a water filter. It's a pretty cool vacuum, or it has a water filter. We ended up, I posted it for sale on eBay. I'll show you that listing later. This item here, Ice Cube putters. They had, anytime I see something at NPS where there's a high quantity, I'll look it up just because I'm curious. When it's small with high quantity, I'll look it up. They were like $4 each, $10. There's not enough margin there. Here's a mat. We may as well click into it. This is a big mat, GX mat, extra large. This was for sale there for about, and $50 shipping. $48.51 in shipping. They're selling it for $169. They've sold one, so they only listed two. This is a new account by, it looks like, these GX mat people. So, man, the voice is not doing well. All right, GX mat, they've got one feedback. They probably don't sell many here. They've only sold one. If I were going to buy that, and I think I could buy it for $50, it was big, so shipping it would have been a little more difficult, but anything can be shipped. I shipped a crane. to the Dominican Republic once. You can ship anything as long as there's enough margin in it. And shipping for the crane was like $5,000. Okay. So this is $169 for sale. They've sold one. I think it was for sale there at NPS for about $60, which actually could have been a workable deal, because in order for you to sell this, who knows, but you probably need to be closer to, my rule is you want to be able to mark the product down 25% off if it's a really good product, or maybe even like 50% off. So I'm going to search for this in Amazon. And when you're at a store, you're going to be doing most of these things on your phone. But let's just see if these are on Amazon. So the GX mat is on Amazon. It's $164 on Amazon. And this is always in a different place, whether you're on the computer or your phone. Oh, what a sweet couple. Okay, I'm looking for the sales rank. Here we go. Under product details, the sales rank in sports and outdoors is 17,692. Because of my familiarity with this category, I know that's actually a pretty good category. They're number 35 in exercise mats. So here's a bonus. I'm going to show you a tool called Jungle Scout. I think you guys are getting everything. Okay. There's a free resource here called the estimator tool. So the category was about 17,000. The U.S. marketplace, sporting goods and sports and outdoors. We're going to calculate the sales. It's saying that if you're 17,000, you're going to be selling about 300 a month, which is pretty great. So that means that this is an item that does sell quite a bit. And if you were to buy it, that I would say that you could very comfortably sell this for, this is free shipping, by the way, on Amazon, where eBay was $50. I'm guessing you can easily sell this for $140. So shipping is going to cost at least probably, $40 to California, $70 back east. You can look up, you can do online shipping calculations. I honestly don't know loads about that. I just have a good feel for how much stuff costs to ship, so I don't know how to research it too well. You can look it up on the Postal Service, but once things get really heavy, it's going to be cheaper to go with UPS or FedEx. Anything under 5 or 10 pounds, even I'm shipping the Postal Service. So you could do UPS, but let's imagine, say that you sell this thing for $140, it costs $40 to ship, $100, then you're going to have, if you pay $60, you'll have $40 left. But if you're selling it for $140, eBay takes 10% of that. So you really will only have 15, 40 minus 15 is 25, 2% PayPal fees, another $5, say you'll make $20 for such a big item. I probably wouldn't want to do that. So, but there you go. That's one of the items, right, that we looked at that I passed on. Let's keep going down the list. Did I actually definitely click on this? I did. Eagle's Nest Outfitters Lounger DL. So this is a chair that's used for camping, and it's a pretty good chair. $140. They had them for $36 each, and there you go. That's a good deal to buy. They had 4 of them, so $36 each. Let's imagine that you could sell it for, say, $120. So and you could probably sell it for $130. So I was saying, hey, at least 25% off. That's to be safe. $20 off of that is about 12 to 15% off. This is an item that sells well. If you can save somebody $20, that's a pretty good deal. So $120. If it'd be nice to show you some of the math. Let's go into a Google Sheet. So let me just make a new sheet real quick for you. New spreadsheet. Let me show you the math on one of these chairs, okay? So we'll make the screen a little bigger. Okay, so we have our DL chair. And then we're gonna got our, so our, the cost. So the cost was $36. It'll probably cost to ship it. It's probably gonna cost, $15. Our sales price is going to be $120. Our eBay fee, probably just go with 13% here. So I'm going to go equals 0.13 times the total sales price. That gives us a fee of $15.60. We'll make all of these things dollars. So we've got our sales price minus our cost, minus our shipping, minus our eBay fee. And so our profit ends up being 1 minus that, minus that, minus that, $53 each. Say that they only sell for $110. You'll still make $44 if you buy 4 of them. Come on, equals 4 times that. Sorry, people. Equals 4 times 44. It's $178. Okay. So there you go. That's one item. So you find one item to buy and you can make $180, and then you list it once, and we'll talk about the listing process in a second. So we've gone to Jungle Scout. We've looked at our sales ranking. You found out where to find under the product details the Amazon sales rank to figure that out. When I was doing this, eBay was the main platform. Amazon's a much bigger platform now, so it's changed a little bit. So let's look this, let's go back to another item though in my history. So this here, actually this is interesting, okay? I found a bag. I was there. I had to take my kids to gymnastics. So we had some time while my daughter was at gymnastics to go to NPS, which was awesome. And I saw a bag that had 12 sets of these in here. They were all at 5/8, which is out of stock. But these are selling for $15 each, free shipping. These will cost $3 to ship. I know because we've sold one already. And this is great for kids. Like I'm teaching my kids to write down the addresses and whatever, and I'll go into that a little more. But these are $15. I found a bag of 12 of them for $26, which means they were about $2 each, $2.25 each. I'm selling them for $9 plus $3 plus $3 or $4 shipping. So I'm $2 cheaper than these guys. And we sold one already within a couple days. If we go back to our form, these are the helmet pads. The sale is going to be for $9. Shipping is included, they're paying more. They're paying for shipping already. Our cost equals $26 divided by 12, $217. The eBay fee is $1.17. It'll be, eBay is about 10% and PayPal is, look at this, eBay fee breakdown. Selling fees. Insertion fees. A lot of times you can list the item for free. Final value fees. Final value fee in most categories is 10%. Books, DVDs, and music is 12%. PayPal is about 3%. Okay. And a lot of times it's like 30 cents plus 2.9. So we're making $5.66 profit. And we bought 12 of them. So we'll make $67 for buying that item. And you'll have to ship out some individual sets, 12 times. I've been teaching my kids to ship stuff, which is fun. So we found those pads, like another thing that's an interesting deal that works. Okay. How do I assess, I'm going to write that question down for later. How do you want to basically minimize risk. So we'll talk about ways that you can minimize risk. Okay. And then some indicators for that. That's a note that I've got for later. Okay. All right. I hope that you're learning something here. I bought some of these surge protectors for $60 each. I bought 6 of them. It's the Panamax M8 AV Pro. These are new. They've sold 16 for $130. They have 3 left. If you look at it for it in Amazon in the right category, hold on. New, they're like $180 or something. $160. $160. Let's see what kind of product. Okay. 34,000 in electronics. I don't know exactly where that is, but you can look it up. I felt pretty good about these. $60. They're selling for $160. They're selling on eBay for $130. Even if I, sell them for $110, I'm still making some money. Let's go back. And then I'm going to show you my eBay account of the items that I've bought over the last little bit to give you an idea. Here's an item I bought, $215. I'll show you. I bought 10 of those for $50 each. None have sold yet, and I think I'm selling mine for $170, but only one of these have sold. I bought my wife this saw for $35. New, they sell for $105. She uses it. She's building some furniture. So let's jump into my eBay account so I can show you what's happening there. And real quick, we'll stop the screen share real quick. So I would love, what would be really helpful for me is if you have any questions that I'm not answering, to just write them down. Like if you're still curious about something, and then maybe cross them out at the end if I answer them by the time we're done. But I really intend for this video to be like a step 1. I watched it, watch it, think about it, ask what questions you have, and then I can make another one to clarify some of that. But I really just wanted to get it out there. It's Friday, like I'm going to NPS tomorrow. They've got a big sale going where if you spend $100, you save 25% off. If you spend $250, you get 30% off. And if you spend $500, you get 40% off. And what happens, the way that, and this really, it's not just for NPS. Anytime you're seeing a deal anywhere at any store. I was at Walmart with my daughter a year and a half ago, and she found a pool pump. She could buy something for $10. And I convinced her to buy this pool pump that was normally $140 or $130. We posted it on eBay. It took forever to sell because it was the winter, but it sold for $60. She netted $25. So she turned her $10 into $35. And she very proudly took her package to the post office at Harmon's like a boss because she turned $10 into 35. So you can use these skills anywhere. Really, the skill of researching on eBay, looking at completed products, and I'll let me show you that because that's the completed products. Sorry to be all over the place. We are going to get there. So completed products, how to search for those. Learn how to use eBay. And then as you're learn how to ship, and it's not learning how to ship, it's getting comfortable with shipping. And just the best way to get rolling with this is just to do it and get a comfort level around it. And if you buy things correctly, if you're buying them where you're kind of going to make money no matter what, then there's not much risk. even if it's a little inconvenient to figure out shipping or to find a box or whatever, it's not that big a deal. All this stuff can be fixed, so, or can be figured out. I was driving down I-215 a couple years ago. Well, it's been more than a couple years. 10 years ago probably. And there was a sign for a warehouse sale. I go in and they had Franklin Covey planners. The whole gym was full of Franklin Covey planners selling for like $3 each. I bought 1,000 of them and sold them over the next year so I spent $3,000 and I sold them all for like $18,000. I was buying things for $10 that I was selling for 70 because there were some larger items too. Then I was buying these planners for $3, selling them for 20 and 25 and $30. It was pretty great. So there you go. We were at NPS once and they had this vibrating platform and I bought that for $80. I didn't know how much it would sell for. I couldn't find it, but I sold it for $1,600. I have so many stories where I took my 11-year-old scouts to NPS 6 months ago, and my buddy had not really done that before. So he went back on it by himself, and he bought a certain item for like $70 and sold it for $500. He's made a couple thousand, gosh, how much has he made? I know that he's made over $1,000 going there a few times. It's pretty great. It's a good skill to learn, even if you don't. It's great. It's a good skill. Where were we? Let me get back on track. Oh yeah. So let me know if you have any other questions of things that I haven't really gone over. Let's get back into eBay and we'll look at my sales that I've got going. Share screen again. Desktop 2. My voice is still holding out and we don't go to the movie or the play for 25 minutes. Share. Okay. I hope we're seeing what we need to see. I was a little distracted looking at my clock. I'm going to stop share. Share again. Am I on desktop 2? Yes, that's the eBay one. There you go. Share. All right. So let's go to eBay. My eBay. We're going to go to my selling, what I'm selling. We might go to my sales because that'll be interesting to see. Okay. See, my sister was listing this stuff on eBay for me and kind of managing this account. We don't really buy and sell much. We bought a lot of shoes. If you're interested in that, maybe reach out to me and I can tell you more. We bought some shoes. See all orders. Let's go to orders. Okay, so we sell, here's an example. Oh, I like this guy. This guy's always buying these little silver pieces from me. This is good, okay? Yep. Okay, Fritz. So my daughter, we bought a lot of these little silver pieces. The silver value, 5 grams of silver, is worth about $2. We're selling 2 of them for like $13, $13.99. So they're fun little pieces. So every time we sell one, we make like $4, $5. This guy bought 28. He bought 4, so $8 worth of silver, maybe $10 worth of silver for $28. It's going to cost us 70 cents to ship it in an envelope. We're paying eBay another 30 cents plus $3, so $3.30. $3.30 plus our 70 cents, so that's $4 plus our, say, $9 in silver, 13. We're making $14, $15 on that. And I pay my daughter $1 to write the name on the envelope. I've had several sent back because she's 8 and still getting her handwriting figured out. Only 2 out of 50 packages. But that's an example of just something where I've got one of my kids making a little extra money shipping these things out and learning how to sell. So we sold those ear guards that I was showing you earlier, $8.99 plus shipping, $12.93. Some jerk fit death grips. These are lifting straps. I bought like 8 pairs of these for 10 or 12 bucks each. I actually, for the first time ever, I took something back to NPS. Maybe not first time ever, but I usually don't take stuff back. But when I was researching it, I actually, in my haste, and granted, I had like 3 kids with me at the time and they were wanting to go home. I looked up the wrong item, and the other item by these guys sells a lot better than this one. So I took back most of them and kept 6 they're selling. The Shure fitness headset condenser microphone, $69. I bought it for, how much? I bought it for $30. These, the Wilson tennis racket string, a lot of 5. I bought them for $6 each. I sold them for $10 each, so I'll make 15 bucks. I bought 2 GoPro cameras for myself. So I lost money here because I realized I didn't need 2 GoPro cameras. Let's see, I had a backpack that I sold. Jerk Fit, Microsoft Pro keyboard. I actually bought that for, I think I did spend $40. It was a little damaged and I lost money. Boom. Okay. So Asics, so we were selling some running shoes, $70. Mostly, I haven't really been selling anything. I've been selling the silver. So, like I had here, that was an old bike hub that I bought like 5 years ago and never used, and it was sitting in my storage. So I sold that. I think I paid $135 for it. But it's old technology. Okay. So that's my, sell an old backpack that I had. There you go. Those are some of the things. Let's look at listings, because I actually just put up for the first time, and I listed these active listings. Let me tell you what I bought at NPS this week. Tensor Grip Toolkit. This is that sprayer. I bought 10 of them for $50 each. They're listed at $180. None have sold yet. They've had 42 views. Maybe our price needs to go down. I bought some of this tennis string. I'll make a few bucks for each one of those. And the thing that I like about things like tennis strings is they're very light and easy to ship. So one tip is you can go to eBay to buy envelopes. So I don't know if are they called Tyvek envelopes? Let's just look up shipping envelope. We want poly mailers. Poly. They're really cheap, these things here. See, you'll get, then you can, these are really durable. So here, let's get like a 7.5 by 10.5. Do they keep getting bigger? Wow. So 100 bags, they're 12 cents each. 100 bags is $12. That makes it really easy. So I bought all these this Wilson tennis string that I'll sell for, 10 to 12 bucks each. And you just put it in the envelope, and then you put, you buy the postage from eBay. That's actually how you ship something. You can buy the postage from eBay. If I go to my eBay again, I'll actually, we need to show you completed products and shipping. Let me go back through the active products we have. And this will give you an idea of the types of things you can buy at NPS too. So selling. And then at the end too, I'm going to give you some tips for NPS specifically. So we've got a couple things to catch up on. All right, we're going to our listings. We got to finish up. Okay. I bought a baseball bat for $60, selling it for $170. It's a softball bat. New, it's $250. No sales yet, 110 views. We'll have to see where that goes. You know, this is interesting. We'll have to see how this goes. So, and don't go and buy this from me. There's an item there, this hydraulic lift at NPS, that you know what? Sure, we'll tell you about it. Just don't hose me. So there's this item there. It's $500, and if you get 40% off, it would be $300. It's huge. A lot of people probably don't know what it is. It's a lift to lift up old people. New, they're $1,000. So I made a listing. I took a picture of it in the store. I made a listing that said that it's $1,050. I can buy them on Amazon, free shipping for $1,000. So I'm putting it as an offer for $1,050. And if I get an offer for like $800, then I'll go back to the store and see if I can buy it, and then I'll accept the offer and buy it and keep the spread. So years ago, I was at in our family home evening watching a movie when I was still like in college, and I bought an item on eBay for cheap, $120, this old like Palm Pilot, and I listed it immediately for $50 more, and I sold it within 2 hours because I sold it for cheap too. I found somebody that was selling it for really cheap, and then I sold it for cheap, and I just had that person that I bought it from send it to the new guy, and I kept the $15 difference after fees. So it's kind of that. So I'm basically saying I will sell this lift, but it's the best offer. And if it sells for $1,050, then I'll just go and buy it from Amazon for them if I can't buy it anymore. But if I get an offer for less, then I will contemplate whether I accept that offer and go to NPS and buy it and keep the difference. That's just kind of for fun. Oh, it's fun. Okay. I'm listing my vacuum for $330. It's had 13 views. I'll probably make $100 if that goes. So there you go. So I want to look up completed items. So we're going to look up the Eno Outfitters DL chair. Is it called Eno Outfitters? Yes. Eagle's Nest Outfitters, Eno DL chair. They sell for $148. So I want to look for, I'm going to the left and I'm going to go look for completed items. Then it will show you, okay, one sold for 50 on an auction. That's not very good. Brand new too. Careful with auctions, people. It can be hard. Another one pre-owned didn't sell. Another one sold buy it now for 100. So this one sold buy it now for 100. Then one sold for 169. Okay. Not many have sold, but buying them for 36, I felt pretty comfortable in that. Worst case, you know, if something, well, so that's our, let's get to talking. Let's stop the screen share for a second. So, if you can, most any item that's a good item will sell for half of retail. Most of the time, you should be able to sell it for half price. You're not gonna, if it's a broke, you know, if it's an open box, or if there are, if it's missing something, or if there's something wrong with it, it needs to be discounted. The big problem I see with people is that they're like, oh, it sells new for $100. I can sell it for $100. We're like, no, people can go and get the Nordstrom's experience buying it for $100. They're buying it from you on eBay. They need to get a deal, you know? So don't think that you can sell it for full price. If you want to be safe, you know, because you may sell it for full price, but you don't want to have to sell it for full price to make money. If something's $100 and they're selling really well for $100, I want to be able to sell it for 80 and still make money. But the more discount you can get, the better. Let's talk specifically about NPS. NPS, their model, the way that it works is when there's something called overgoods, where if something is shipped UPS and is lost in the mail, then it will go to NPS overgoods. And if they can't find the owner of the item, NPS will sell it and give UPS a commission from that, or they'll give them the money and they'll keep a commission. So they'll get anything and everything. And when they price it at about 40% off. So if there's an item that's $100 new, they'll price it for $40, $60. So it's a good deal already. Where a lot of times you can't really make much money when they're pricing it for 40% off. A lot of times they'll price things wrong and you can find deals. So that's why at any time you can always find deals at NPS. But on Saturdays, for example, they have hourly sales. And this is really important, okay? They'll have hourly sales. The minute sporting goods goes 30% off, or, hardware, whatever category you know about and you're looking for, whenever that goes 20, 30, 40, 50% off, at 20% off, some things become buyable. At 30% off, even more. 40% off, a lot becomes buyable. And at 50, 60% off, 50% off, which you'll hardly ever see, you can pretty much buy anything and make money because they've already priced it at 40% off. So that's that $100 item that's always 60, you're buying it for 30. So you can probably sell it for 50, no problem. So there you go. Definitely let me know if you have any questions, if there are any of these things that you didn't understand. But the thing that I would recommend the most is that you just get started and go and look through boxes and look at all the things and just look up every different item to see if you can look it up to see how well it's selling on eBay, what the sales rank is on Amazon, and just research. So what made me really good at this is I'm really good at just doing boring things for a long time, because for me, it's a treasure hunt. There's some people that love to go to garage sales and they're fine looking at garbage all day long. I'm one of those people because I like the hunt. So you may or may not like the hunt, and that might make this hard for you. The longer you look, you'll eventually just find great deals. Like even in this room, for example, like that little table, it's $180 online. I bought it for 40. The chair behind it, that thing is a $200 chair. I bought it for $50. That shelf against the wall, $180. I bought it for 50. My Play School flashlight, I got that thing at the DI for $2. So there you go. This chair that I'm sitting on, ECR, look it up, ECR for kids. This thing is normally $100. I bought it for $15. This floor mat that I'm standing on a lot of times for my stand-up desk, it's normally $80 on Amazon. I bought it for $30, 25 or $30. I own a lot of nice things. I've bought a lot of nice things there for really cheap. I bought an amazing $130 camera tripod for $40. That's normally $130. So you can get great things for yourself too. But if you're making money while you're there, then even better, right? And you can pay for that. So it's a treasure hunt. You need to just embrace the hunt and go and plan on spending a lot of time there. You could go, I was there on a Saturday once, and I had my wife and our 2 kids, and I spent 3 or 4 hours because everything went 30% off or 35% off. And I said, Brittany, we need to be here. And we spent 3 hours, but I made $1,500 or I made $2,000. I think I made $2,000, or gosh, that time I think I spent a ton. It could have been an extra 40% off. One of those Saturdays I made $2,000 or $3,000, and selling from NPS, I've probably made a few $100,000 selling online at NPS. That some of that was when I had a company and I didn't keep a lot of that money. But even just out of high school, I was making an extra $5,000 a month in profit. It was easier then. There was more product. But even then, 15 years ago, people were still talking about the good old days. So anybody that's been going to NPS a lot, they all talk about how great it used to be. It's still great. There's still a lot of stores. And when I'm old and retired, I'm just going to hang out there because I think it's a lot of fun. So there you go. If you have any questions about this whole process, and if you've hung out till the end, first off, I really appreciate it. And my intention is that you make some good money. If I needed more money and needed to do something that required money, I would definitely use NPS as part of that strategy, part of the strategy to get the money. You could easily, if you wanted to save an extra $5,000 in a year to pay off credit card debt or have a vacation fund or whatever, you can easily do it with NPS. If anybody wants to do this and just needs an extra, boost or, needs extra help, just maybe hit me up. I don't know whether I can help or not, but heck, for kids, if there are any kids that want to do this or people in college or high school and they find the right items, heck, maybe I'll loan you some money. But for a fat commission, of course. But it's a cool thing. It's a great skill. And if you have any questions about any of this stuff, you can just leave it in the comments and I'll get to it. But I really want to use this video as maybe a gauge to know what else I should share. And so, yeah, if you have any other questions, let me know. And I hope it is helpful. And maybe I'll see you at NPS. I hope so. Okay. See you guys. That is all for now.